Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday once again. Welcome back to MI6, the Merchandise Vault. I'm your host, The Collector, as always. And this week, it's more about one of the ideas I have had, because believe it or not, I do have them, in between these lug holes. Moving forward, more so into next year, because we're already mid-November, and I've already got some episodes kind of planned out but not recorded yet. So what I'm looking at doing is interviews. What my thinking was the other week, October Global James Bond Day, when I went to the Mockingbird cinema in Digbeth to watch A View to a Kill. Obviously met other Bond fans and other Bond podcasters and so on, and I was lucky enough to meet Mike and Chris of the Ultimate Bondcast, and they managed to charm their ways into having a bit of an interview with Carol Ashby, and fair play to them, I take my hat off. And it kind of sowed a little seed, and when the guys released it a few weeks ago, great fun. Really enjoyed it, and I just thought I could have a crack at that, but not necessarily with people from the films, although if that opportunity ever did present itself, I'd absolutely jump at it. But not just, so not people just from the films, whether it's in front of the camera or behind for that matter, but I kind of wanted to give the opportunity to have a conversation with other collectors, other podcasters. Now, believe it or not, I have got my first person to interview. And I'm not going to say too much more than that, other than that, one, I would imagine it will be quite amusing. And two, we just got to get our, as I say, diaries to match to actually sit down and do it, because this is going to take place here, actually, in the vault. So I'm going to look at getting that recorded as soon as possible, because I wouldn't mind having that come out next month, so early to middle of next month, because what I want to try and do is like a sort of a Christmas episode. Nothing out of the ordinary, but it'll be just around Christmas time on that particular Sunday. Because my thought process is the first one into the new year will be my kind of New Year's resolution mission list for 2026 in terms of the things I want to get. And there is a few. Probably top of the list, and the most expensive is, if they do a console edition of First Light, I will be biting at their heels to get my hands on one of those. But that's a conversation for another time. So, but yeah, going back to interviews, I was kind of thinking it just doesn't necessarily have to be about your Bond collection. I am a fan of multiple franchises and genres. From growing up, it was like Star Wars, I loved, I continue to do, Star Trek, anything sci-fi, so like things along the lines of Babylon 5, Stargate. I couldn't really get into Stargate Atlantis, I don't know why. I think it's because I love like Egyptology and things like that, and that was more, I know they took a lot of creative license, but you kind of get the thing. But I did give Atlantis a go. But also, again, I love war films. History was my thing growing up. So, whether it was to do with the Romans, the Greeks, you name it, to like World War One, World War Two, more recent conflicts. I have a very strong interest in all those sort of things. And as well as, as well as politics, because sadly we all are affected by it. So you know, these conversations don't just have to be about James Bond specifically. And also, if you've actually got a collection, no matter how small or how big, it'd be terrific to you know, just to take a look at it and show other people what you may have. And if you have questions for me about my collection, is there something you want to take a look at kind of live with me, we can you know, we can do that. And my homework between now and then is figuring best ways of using Zoom or Teams, but I think I've been told Zoom's the better option of the two. So I have actually done a Zoom call on another podcast I was asked to take part in, which was very, very nice. But it kept running out in terms for it being recorded because it was on the phone. So our interview got cut short a couple of times because there's only a certain amount of time it will allow you to record on phone. So that was with Omar, who was he is. I've got to get this right. He might be Canada's #1 Bond fan stroke collector. Smashing guy. I don't know whether he's actually put it out yet or not. I don't believe so. We did do it a little while ago. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of chatting to fellow fans and fellow collectors, not just around the UK, but obviously further afield. So that's something that I'm going to be looking to do. Like I say, I've got my first unfortunate victim lined up. Really looking forward to doing that. It should be a giggle, and we've agreed that we will be discussing whatever questions I throw at this person with the assistance of some alcohol. By the sounds of this today, it sounds as if I've had some alcohol already, but I can assure you I haven't. I'm back at work in a little while. So yeah, that's all it is for today, guys. It's a short and sweet one, but it's just an idea and something that is going to happen moving forward. I'm really looking forward to doing it. I will be looking to contact some of the people that I have made friends with on the Facebook page, and YouTube's obviously a bit more of a, well, it's just a video channel essentially, isn't it? So you can't really make contact with people in that respect as easily. But obviously, you know, if you want to volunteer and put yourselves forward and having a conversation, do contact me on the email address, which is the collector MI6 the merchandise vault at hotmail.com. Bit of a mouthful, I know. And I think when you're looking on YouTube, if you are looking for me on YouTube, put in MI6 the merchandise vault, but then scroll down probably about half a page maybe, and something will come up about the collector. Obviously that's me. So click on that. You'll find all the previous videos I've done all lumped together in one space. Pick and choose that you will, really. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I look forward to seeing you next weekend. As I've said, leave a like, a share, follow, subscribe, whatever it is you do, all that good stuff, as I've seen somebody keep saying, which does make me smile. And I will see you next week. Have a fabulous Sunday, guys. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.